Hi, I'm Trevor Turnbull, COO of SportsNetworker.com, and in this video you're going to learn how to do market research on sports conferences and events. So to access this spreadsheet where we actually document all of these events, you're going to go into your Google Docs, and you should have been shared on this document, but you can always do a search. If I just go straight into my docs here, you can always do a search for the letters SN space dash space 1.4.0, and you'll see that it already starts to bring it up. The market base, that's the spreadsheet that we're working from, and this is it here. And in that spreadsheet there's multiple tabs down here at the bottom where we've documented different places online where we then use this research to either write articles or to build a database of, in this case, conferences and events that we can eventually put into a calendar and keep updated on an ongoing basis. So this is our first catch-all place to document all this info. Now I'm going to run you through a few different ways to go about completing this research. The first one is, you'll see here in this spreadsheet, we already have a number of conferences and events that are already documented in here. But you'll notice that the dates, the start dates and the end dates on all these are all back in 2012. And of course, at the time of creating this video, it's at the middle of May 2013, so these are all outdated. We need to update them all. So the first step in doing this research would obviously just be to update these existing ones right here. Now, what we're looking for is the next version or the next instance of this conference. So for example, if a conference just finished yesterday, we're going to be documenting next year's conference. If there isn't a date for that yet, you're still going to document all of the name and the title and the website and stuff, and then just leave the dates blank, in the sense that maybe they haven't determined when the 2013 version of the conference is going to be, because there will be a few of those out there. So let me just show you how to update one of these first of all. So let's start from the top left and work our way to the right. So first of all, researcher. So just simply put in your name. You can see I've got my name on all of these right now. The pillar relates to the actual pillar topic, which if you go to sportsnetworker.com/write-for-us/articles-wanted, you'll see that we have 9 key pillars that relate to our Sports Networker property. And these are our main topics that we cover on Sports Networker. And here they are right here. So social media and sports, sports business, marketing, jobs, media, networking, etc., etc. Now conferences and events, these are all going to go under the pillar of sports networking, which you can see here is already documented. But the keyword is a little bit different. The keyword that we might use to search and find this conference would be sports, and some of these aren't updated yet. I'm actually going to just delete some of these just so that we can kind of clean this up a bit, because I haven't updated a lot of these yet. There we go. Okay, so you can see this one, for example. The keyword is, sports sponsorship conference, right? So sports networking is the pillar. The keyword that we would use to find this one, sports sponsorship conference. And the reason for that, Canadian Sponsorship Forum. I know this is a sponsorships-focused conference. This one here, sports media conference. The conference title, Sports Media Marketing Awards. So, just use your best judgment. This might be sports media or sports marketing conference, whatever it happens to be. We're just trying to find keywords so we can kind of break these down into categories. The source would be either a Google search, which you can see most of these are in a Google search. Sometimes we'll find them in LinkedIn. Other times we'll find them in different research or in different websites. So like, for example, I'm going to show you this spreadsheet right here, or this calendar rather. This is a great resource that we're going to scrape the information from. So you can see today is the 17th. So I would document starting with this one right here and say that, on May 23rd, if I click through to this, it's May 21st, 22nd. I'll document that one, and the source that I'll use for that one is going to be this SIRC.ca. So I would just simply put SIRC.ca. SIRC.ca. Actually, you know what? I'd just probably put that whole website address in there. just like so. And that way we always know how to get back to that. Okay, so most of those will be there. So again, start date and end date. So for these ones here that already exist, I'm going to go through and I'm going to click on the URL for the conference itself. And I'm going to open that up in a new tab. So you can see I've left my spreadsheet open. I got this open in a new tab. So there's the National Sports Forum. So the next one coming up, oh, that jumped away on me really quick, February 9th to 11th, 2014. So if I just start typing February 9th, 2014, you can see that it actually changes to this date format. That's because I have that date format set like that, okay? So you can just type that in there just as that. So February 11th, 2014. Is that what it was? 11th or 14th? I can't remember. Let's see. Yeah, 9th to 11th. Okay, so there's our updated record for the National Sports Forum. The title is the actual name of the conference. So in this case, the National Sports Forum. All right? The city, this time next year, it's actually in Dallas, Texas. Okay, so now we need to update that. Because you'll notice that these conferences change locations frequently. The URL. Now, the URL and the domain are going to be two different things. Number one, the URL is just the actual direct URL on how to get there with http://. Sometimes it'll have www. Other times, like in the case of this one here, for example, there's no www. Either way, just wherever you copied that from. The domain is just a nice way for us to document this. You see how it's capital S sports capital F forum.com. This is the exact same link as the other one, but it's taking out all the www and http. This is a nice copy-paste link that we would use inside of articles. So that's how you document that. So it's the same link, just done with what do they call this? Camel case with capital letters on all the main words. All right, description. You can see there's still a few things that we have to document here. So now, NSF info, agenda speakers, last year's speakers. So a lot of times they'll have an about. Here we go. So there's an about page right here. The National Sports Forum is the largest annual crossing gathering in North America. Okay, so I'm just going to copy this first paragraph. We don't need a whole ton on this, just like one sentence, one paragraph, that type of thing, and paste that in there. And you'll see that if I was to actually copy a paragraph, you know, say these first two paragraphs, what's going to happen is, if I paste that in there, you see how it jumps onto two lines like that? So what I need to do is on my Mac, I'm going to open up text documents. So a text document would be down in here, text edit rather, and I can paste that into there. And then you'll see that what I need to do is actually just take away the spacing. So it just needs to be one big block. And if I copy this now and come back here and paste that in there, now it actually just puts it on one line. So you basically just need to remove all of the spaces that are contained within. So, you know, just use your best judgment on how much you should put in there, but you can see there's a whole bunch of stuff in this description, but it still just shows up like this. And if you do ever find that your box or your edit field wraps on you, like if I was to do this, for example, if I just put a break in here, whoops, that's not going to work. Anyways, if I had a break in there and this was all broken up, it's this merge or this wrap text right here. So you can see wrap text. See how that's a big long thing, and now my column, or my row rather, is way too big. I can just go wrap text and it'll make it into this nice, neat field. All right, so contact info, full name, first name, last name. This is who we might get in touch with regarding media partnerships, okay? So that's the contact that we're looking for. So if I was to look for these, I'm just going to go into, let's see, I'm going to look for sponsors, become a sponsor. All right? So they've got a registration form, but you can see here that, here we go, Bob Voigt. For more information about sponsorship opportunities, please contact Bob Voigt. So I'm going to copy his info. I'm going to paste that email into there. Bob Voigt's believe is how you spelled his name. Bob Voigt. Yeah. And I'm going to grab this phone number while I'm here too, because that's another thing that we want to document. Here's the contact phone. There we go. And now I want just first name and just last name as well. So make sure you capture all that information if you can find it. And most conferences and events will have that because, of course, they want sponsors. They want people to donate media exposure or, pay for banner ads or pay for booths or whatever it happens to be. Notes would be any just extra notes that you might want to add to this. Say you come across something interesting that you want to make me aware of, or somebody on our team or our sales team, you're going to just drop those notes into there. Now, all of the rest of this stuff, you don't necessarily have to worry too much about this right here, okay? So I'm actually just going to mark these guys here right now. I'll mark these as just like a red, just to say don't worry about that for now, okay? Now, search dates, we don't really need that column at all. I'm going to delete that, so I'm kind of cleaning this up as I go. All right, so next things now. We want to know how many, do we want to know this Alexa rank, pages index, backlinks? Yeah, it's probably not a bad idea, but you know what, for now, if you are doing this research and somebody has assigned this task to you, ask your manager whether or not you're supposed to do this. Right now, for the staff member that we have starting, I'm not going to have him do that part of it. But basically, that's just gathering statistics on the website itself. So one of the things that we do want to document, though, is the blog URL, if they have one. Okay, we've got the website URL that goes to the home page right here, sportsforum.com. But we also want to grab their blog URL because we might do some cross-promotion with their blog, okay? So if we go into, let's see, if we go National Sports Forum, now let's see, they might not even have a blog, but let's see if they do. It's trade show, sponsors, newsletter, awards, Case Cup news, about us. It sure doesn't look like they do, but let's go to news and see. Yeah, they call their news their blog, essentially. It's kind of goofy, but yeah, it's their newsletter. This is a collection of their newsletter, really. And it looks like they have another contact here, but don't worry about that one. We want the sponsorship contact. Okay? So let's consider that this one's the blog, though. So I would copy that link and paste that in there. There's the blog URL. Forum URL, if they happen to have one. This one here, I don't see any instance of a forum anywhere, so don't worry about that. Facebook URL. So this is referring to a Facebook fan page. Let's open up all of these. Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube. Okay? So here's their Facebook page, and you can see they haven't secured their name. But let's copy that guy and paste that in there. And Twitter URL. So that's this one here. And we'll paste that guy in there. YouTube URL is this one. And we'll paste that guy in there. And then you can see they don't have Google+. But they do have a LinkedIn company page, which is interesting. So I'm going to copy that one. I'm actually going to create a new column in here called LinkedIn URL. So this might be a group or it might be a company page. If they have it linked up on their website, then use it, then document it, right? Google Plus they've also got listed here, but they didn't actually. So YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook. All right, so we've documented all four of those. I'm going to further add to this as well. I'm going to put contact email, contact phone number, contact LinkedIn URL. Okay, because we want to capture this person's LinkedIn URL too, because that might be another way that we can get in touch with them. So I'm just going to go to LinkedIn and I'm going to document, or I'm going to do a search for Bob Voigt. And hopefully I'll be able to find him based on the conference, but a lot of times these guys will be working for other companies. So they won't necessarily have National Sports Forum as the company that they work for. They should, but they might not. So, and here we go. Bob Voigt, Vice President at National Sports Forum. You can see he doesn't really use LinkedIn. But again, massive opportunity for us because we do training on this. And if their Vice President that's in charge of sponsorship doesn't have a presence on LinkedIn, my God, like, we should be training this guy for free in return for exposure to their audience and cross-promotion because, you know, what better way to secure new sponsors than to leverage LinkedIn and find all these people that are looking to get their brand and their company in front of buyers in the sports industry. It just blows my mind sometimes. But anyways, that just spells opportunity. So I'm going to copy this out of here because that is his LinkedIn profile. And I will drop that guy right there. Okay, so last thing I'm going to do here is I've got Facebook URL, but I'm also going to add the numbers in here. Okay, so I'm going to, because we want to know, like, how influential is this conference? Is it a big one? Is it a tiny one? Is it one that definitely needs to be on our radar? Is it kind of a secondary one? We want to determine all that kind of stuff. So I'm just going to clean this up a little bit, and then we'll document all of these. Okay, and it's really simple. So we're going to go Facebook likes, Twitter followers, and again, these are all just for the event or conference itself, not for an individual person. YouTube views, that's probably the most important one, or subscribers. Which one should we use? Yeah, I got 14 subscribers. Let's go video views. And then LinkedIn members. And in this case, the members would refer to either people following the company or the amount of members in a group, in a LinkedIn group. So let's take a look at these numbers here. So 521 on Facebook, so not a huge presence there. And again, that's an opportunity for us to teach them and help them grow that presence. 2642 on Twitter, YouTube views 34,443, and LinkedIn members. In this case, this is referring to the amount of followers, 439 followers, and that's up here in the right-hand corner. Okay, if this was actually a group, so let's take a look. National Sports Forum. There's a group here too, but it's only got 23 members in it, so don't worry about that. But if we were to look up like Sports Industry Network, which is ours, you'll see 119,000 members. I'm just going to document this first. 439. If we were to look at our group, the way you can find out how many members there are is just by clicking here on members. And that'll show you the total number here at the top. Or you can click on this insightful statistics area and it'll show you a nice graph, right? We're pushing 120,000 members right now. And that's it. So you can see there's a lot of work on each one of these. If they have a Google Plus, you can document that as well. And then feel free, if you do come across any new resources, just add a new column in here and document that as well. Type and status, we're just going to delete these guys. I'm going to delete those two columns. Okay, so go through each one of these ones that are existing in here right now and just clean those ones all up. Okay, add in the keyword, add in any information that's missing here, you know, add the domain, add the description, try and find the contact info. If you can't find the sponsorship person, then just use the general one. Don't worry about the name if you can't find a name. Again, most of these conferences should have a sponsorship contact. The next place that you can go once you're done with all of these is, of course, into this calendar right here. So this is a great resource that you should definitely leverage. I'm just going to delete all of these guys just so that I clean up the tabs here a bit. And there we go. Okay, so conference calendar. All right, so just when you're doing this, start from today's date and start working your way towards the end of the year. And then you're going to come back and go through January, February, March, April as well, and try and find those also. So actually, you know what? That being said then, scratch everything that I just said there. Go back to January and track all of these ones down. Okay, so start with this first one here, NSCA's Annual Coaches Conference. Okay, so there's one right there. Here's the link to the actual event right here. I'm going to open up that bad boy. You can see it's actually got the contact information right here. Dr. Bob Johnson right there. It's actually got an address and stuff too, but don't worry too much about the address. We just want phone numbers and email addresses if we can find it. There's your description right there. It's right in this calendar. And again, this is why we're going to create ours this way too. We need the description so that we can drop it into our event calendar when we create it. So let's see if this actually takes me somewhere. And of course it doesn't. So 2013 NSA Coaches Conference. So let's just do a Google search for that, which is the other way that I was going to tell you how to do this research. So I'm just going to Google search this because you can see the link that they have in their calendar doesn't actually work. But this one here, NSCA Coaches Conference. So I probably want to go to this one right here, this link, lift.org. Yeah, and there it is right there. Okay, so let's document this sucker right here. So you're just going to go through again. It's going to be Alex Vesco. I'm not butchering his name there. So there'd be Alex doing this research. It's going to be sports networking. This is going to be, and you can see there's, so if I just copy this whole thing, I'm just going to wrap all this text here really quick. There we go. See how I cleaned that up, how I was on 2 lines? I just clicked this, copied all the text, and then went wrap text. Okay, so now I'm going to go sports coaching. And these ones here, I'm going to take conference out of here because we're looking for the keyword, sports sponsorships, sports media, sports sponsorship again, sports writing, or sports journalism, we'll call this. And if you're having a tough time trying to figure out what the keyword might be, go back to this Sports Networker /write4us/articles wanted page again. And you'll see that under our main pillar categories, we've also got our subcategories, or related topics, which essentially refers to the keywords that you would use underneath that. So like sports management is a keyword that you would use under sports business. Sports networking right here, you've got sports tweet-ups, sports conferences, right? Sports media, you got sports journalism, okay? Sports writing, sports blogging. And in fact, this one right here, we might even say sports blogging because the conference is called Blogs with Balls. Sports blogging. Anyways, let's go down here. So now this guy, NSCA, you're going to find the conference date, 2014, January 10th to 11th, Indianapolis. You can document all of that stuff. Try and find the contact in here. Here's a national conference. All right, there's a whole bunch of stuff here. Here's Coaches Conference, but then you've also got NSCA 36th Annual National Conference. So those are different conferences. Oh, this one's 2014. That's why. Okay. So the 2013 NSCA National Conference is in July. Okay. So if it's any time between now and the end of the year, then document this year's conference. Don't worry about next year's because we want to hopefully have this calendar up within the next month. So I would say if the conference is in June, no, let's say July. If the conference is in July, document this year's conference. If the conference is in June, document next year's conference because we won't have this calendar up in time to even get up the 2013 version of this and have it be a useful resource for people because it'll be over already, right? Okay, so I'm just going to click in for more info on this one. And here it is right here. And let's see, speakers, exhibitors. So they've got top speakers. What else do they got here? Accommodation schedule, registration info, career development, accommodations. Where's exhibitors? Maybe you just go into exhibitors. So here's an exhibitor contact right here.
which I guess would be the person that we're looking for. Oh, here we go. Event sponsorship opportunities. Contact Casey Vanderham at nsca.com. So you might have to dig a little bit for this. Start, hopefully you'll find a sponsor section, but if not, like look under exhibitors, look under contact info. Try and find the right person. We want to find the right person so that we can contact them about these media partnerships that we're going to approach them with. Then you're going to document again the URL, the domain, the description, find the person's name. Go and search them out on LinkedIn as well. And then document their social accounts if they have them. Let's look and see if these guys do. And I'm going to guess that these guys don't. It doesn't look, if they do, they definitely don't have it very prominent on the website. So we'll go back to the main page here. And I don't see anything. You can go to About Us maybe to try and find that. And if you can't find it really quickly off their website, desert this. Oh, here we go right here. There's Facebook, there's Twitter. Whoops. There's YouTube, and there's LinkedIn, okay? So there's their YouTube channel. There's their LinkedIn company page, which is interesting, 3,858 followers. It's quite a big following. I'm just going to delete this guy. Facebook didn't look like it linked to anywhere, so I might have to do a Google search for that one. And there's their Twitter account. So this one's got a big following, and again, like these guys would love to have us promote for them. So let's document them. Let's find out who the contact info is. Let's figure out their media opportunities online, and then let's start reaching out to them. So first thing first is all this research, and you can see this is going to take a while. And then the third way, of course, once you get through all of these, is to just do some simple Google searches. I think you're going to find that the majority of the conferences you're looking for are either already documented here right now or in this calendar right here. But definitely feel free to search around. And when you are searching around, again, just come back to our Sports Networker / Right For Us / Articles Wanted. Look at our pillars. And do a Google search. So say we're looking for sponsorship. Let's look for sponsorship ones. So I'm going to go to google.com, and I'm going to type into the search here, Sports Sponsorship Conference. And there we go. So there's Leaders in Sports, Western Sponsorship Conference, Sports Marketing Conference, IEG 2013, Sponsorship Report. We've got everything that we need right here in a Google search. So, and you'll have to cross-reference your spreadsheet and see if you've already documented these. But if not, Google is your friend. Google, Google, Google. Use the keywords and just search and search and search and find all of these good deals here. So this is going to be an extremely valuable resource for us. If you have any questions on this video, please get in touch with your manager, and they will help you out the best they can. All right, thanks very much for watching. Once again, I'm Trevor Turnbull, COO of Sports Networker, and this has been a video on how to do market research for sports conferences and events.